Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Virginia Department of Corrections, Red Onion State Prison. To accept this call, press 0.
This is Randall Via, a.k.a. Red Onion Randy. I'm currently serving 1,214 years for capital murder and armed robbery. Now, and finally, at a level 3, Buckingham Correctional Center. Stone's throw from where I grew up. If you have any questions or comments or want to leave a message or whatever, I've got a voicemail line. That number is 1-888-524-1932. You can also visit my website, which is new and improved and got different features and whatnot, at www.redonionrandy.com. I hope you do. Let's get started with the podcast. Today's episode, wow, where do I freaking start? Well, I just came off of a lockdown. A very, very long lockdown. Man, it freaking sucked. So, as I told y'all before in a couple of past episodes recently, they're turning Buckingham into an incentive prison. So that means they've got a lot of people who don't qualify for the incentive prison being transferred off of here. You got a lot of guys being transferred in, and it's been a nightmare. It's been quite disjointed, disorganized. They've been sending guys up off of here saying they don't qualify for it, and when they get to where they're going, they got their families calling, and their families call Richmond, and then Richmond's like, wait a minute, you do qualify, and then sending people right back here. It's been all over the place. So during the moves, I'm not sure why they had to run in N3. But I know when they ran in there, they found a ton of in that pod. They literally, from my sources, and my sources have not been wrong yet, just in N3 alone, just this one pod, they found 42 knives, 7 cell phones, 4 of them in one cell. One person had 4 cell phones. I guess he was greedy. And drugs, a lot of drugs. And this is the thing. These guys, they was packed up from A, B, C, and D building and sent down there to N building to await, property coming over to pack them up, getting transferred, and so on and so forth. And then, they're taking more people from here and filling that place back up afterwards. And so that day they found that. And literally the very next day, somebody OD'd upstairs in C3. On top of that, they told the guys in C3, look, everybody in this pod pack up. And they went around and told everybody, look, y'all are going down to N building. Y'all are being transferred off of here. Well, you're staying here. You've been accepted to the incentive prison. However, we're moving you to another pod. They bucked. Everybody. Every single person in the pod bucked on the moves. Even the guys that were going to stay here for the incentive pod, they bucked. I don't know why, but they bucked. Dumbasses. So by refusing to move, of course, every single person in that pod called a charge. Not only that, it showed that, you don't have the right behavior, the right mentality for the incentive prison. So everyone that was accepted into the incentive prison that still refused to move, they called a charge, they got rejected, and their ass is getting transferred up off of here. If they haven't already been transferred. We have been on lock for 2 freaking weeks. God, it was long. So when everybody in that pod refused, they went in there, well, they shook them down. That's DOC's response to everything. I guess I can't say as I blame them, because when they went in there, they found 19 more knives. I'm not sure if they found a cell phone in that pod or not, but they did find drugs. So knives and drugs and cell phones. That's what they've been finding here at Buckingham, left and right, as they're packing guys up to transfer them out of here. So warden, he slaps our ass on lockdown, and they actually bring in a horse trailer, and in this horse trailer, they've got a stand-in, walk-in X-ray machine. Like, this thing is so powerful. I mean, man, it'll count your blood cells. Like, it sees everything. So, they started upstairs, and I mean, they were dragging ass on it. They were going through every crack and crevice and cranny. And it just drug on and on and on. But that's not the worst part. So we went down on a Tuesday morning after breakfast. Thankfully, I was able to get to the phone before I had to lock in the cell, and I was able to call my editor and let him know, and have him send a text message to my wife letting her know that we're going on lock and we're going to lose our video visits and all that stuff. And then that freaking sucked. I was really looking forward to seeing her on the video visit that damn day. But Thursday afternoon, Sergeant brings a guy to the cell. Bob, move your stuff on top bunk. I said, no. Bob, move your stuff on the top bunk. I'm like, I'm single cell status. Go call Counselor Hunter. She will confirm I'm single cell status. I'm not calling nobody. You're going to take him or I'm going to lock you up, you piece. I'm just sitting there looking at it. And the thing is, like, I really didn't even get all that mad at her. I'm just like, go call Counselor Hunter. Like, I'm single cell status. She's like, no, I'm not doing it. You're taking it. So, the long and short of it was, I wound up with a celly. Not only did I lose my single cell status, I lost my bottom bunk status. Even though I have a tumor in my right tibia, I have holes eaten throughout the right tibia, and climbing up and down that bunk, my leg could break at any moment. I mean, yeah, I still work out, I still do my stuff, but I'm not out there making crazy-ass cuts, putting a lot of pressure on it. I'm not, doing anything to risk snapping it. But going up and down that damn ladder, and there's no handrails or nothing for you to grab onto. You just got to grab onto the sheet and hope your ass don't slip. And they put a guy in there. Now, what's crazy is, in prison, only a few people know me as Randy. I've done this topic before on a past podcast of why I don't go by my first name in prison. So I go by my middle name, Chris, short for Christopher. Now, this guy who moves in, his name is also Chris. As it turns out, he was literally born December 4th, 1978, the exact same date I was born. I would really love to know, I would love to know how to figure out the odds of that, much less know the odds of it, because I can't do that kind of math, let me tell you. that is just, that really was wild. It really was strange, you know. But this guy is, I cannot live with this cat. I cannot live with this cat, and I will not live with him for much longer. I've been patient. I've been doing it the right way. I was able to talk to my building lieutenant. I was able to talk to the counselor while we was on lock because they did come in the pod. And, you know, I called him over to the door and said, look, man, what the hell is this cat doing to my cell? And even when the counselor looked in the door, she's like, wait a minute, what are you, who are you? Why are you in this cell? I'm like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. She's like, who put him in there? So I told her what sergeant it was. And she's like, well, I'm going to look into it. So I don't know who revoked my single cell status. I don't know why they went into course and deleted it. But apparently somebody is trying to set me up, I guess. That's the only thing I can really see. You know, but I'm not falling for it. Not happy about it, but I'm not gonna put my hands on this guy. You know, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to let the system work because counselor sent an email to somebody in Richmond. She just said, I sent an email to a guy in Richmond, and he's going to let me know. So I'm waiting to find out the response on that, whether I'm going to get my single cell back or whether it's permanently revoked. And if it is, you know what? I'm tired of fighting. I'm so close to giving this freaking time back. I am so close to walking out these doors. I know the overwhelming majority of people who listen to the podcast, who hear me talk, even my friends and family, genuinely don't really believe I'm coming out of prison. Let me tell you something. I'll be out of prison this year or next year more than likely. Maybe the year after that, but I genuinely believe it's going to be this year or next year because there's so much stuff in Virginia that are changing. It's no longer the Republican tide holding everything back. It's really, really looking like not only is the Democrat Abigail Spanberger going to win the governor's seat, but that the Democrats are going to retain control over both houses. And Jay Jones might even win the Attorney General spot over Jason Miers, and like the Democrats just have complete control over the state of Virginia for the first time ever. And if that's the case, a lot of things are going to change. A lot of laws are going to change. This locking guys up for these astronomical-ass sentences that literally no human being could do. The courts gave me a total, if you count up the numerical value of it, 1,214 years. Yet, if you look at my release date, it's December 27th, 9,999. Hey, where the hell did them 7,000 extra years come from? Or whatever the case it may be. So, anyway, I'm getting off in a rabbit hole. So, we're getting shook now. I'm in the cell with a guy. And this guy does not wash his hands after he uses the bathroom. He has not brushed his teeth once since he's been in that cell. He's dirty. He's all the time dropping stuff on the floor and just leaving it there. He stinks. I am not happy with my current situation. I am not happy at all. I actually wrote an email to my wife while we was on lock telling her, look, if you ever question my love for you again, because I've had to put up with this guy in my cell, losing my single cell status without them giving me a heads up. Okay, you want to take my single cell status from me, fine. But y'all know what I'm capable of. Y'all know my past history. Y'all know I've slit people's throats since I've been in prison. Y'all know I'm locked up for capital murder. Y'all know I fought the police. Y'all know I've done a lot of stupid-ass, childish back when I was young in my day. Why? Why would y'all not come and just say, hey, look, Mr. Via, we revoked your single cell status for this reason, so you're getting a celly or you're going to get locked up. Just so you know, and if you want to stay here for the incentive prison, you're going to have to take a celly. Unfortunately, this decision came from Richmond. It's out of our hands. There's nothing we can do. So what's it going to be, Hoss? You want a celly or you want to get locked up and get kicked off the incentive prison? Like, all right, fine. I got to take a celly. I'll take a celly. But at least have the courtesy of letting me pick my celly. At least let me go get one of my friends and move them into the cell with me so that I'm in there with someone that is compatible, someone that's personality and everything matches mine, someone who's on the same path that I'm on, somebody who's not doing dumb shit. If they would have just let me pick my own celly, I'd have been fine with it. I wouldn't have gone through the bullshit that I've had to go through. I'd have been able to have a much better lockdown, a much more enjoyable lockdown. You know, just, like the guy does not know how to do time. Hopefully we get the email from Richmond back sometime this week saying that, yeah, Mr. Via is single cell status and they come move his ass up out of here, or you know, they just tell me, no, you're not getting your single cell back, and I'm, all right, fine. But y'all are moving him out of my cell, and y'all putting somebody else in there that's more compatible with me. That's going to happen. So that's what I've been dealing with. That was, it sucked. I'm telling you, if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for my wife, I'd probably be back in the mountains right now. But thankfully, I got that support system. I got those things that's worth fighting for, those things worth just tolerating bullshit for. You know, so God bless God and God bless my wife, because they kept me staying strong and they're keeping me strong. So, all right, y'all have a good one out there. All right, that's all the time we have for now. I appreciate you listening to me more than you'll probably ever know. I just want to let you know, don't forget to check out my website, RedOnionRandy.com. And for those of you who want to hear more, or you want to listen to the episodes commercial free, or hear me and my editor discuss a little bit further into the episodes, please go to Patreon, join me, support me. It's only $5 a month. And just a reminder, I have a cookbook out. You're going to eat that. You can find it on our website or Amazon Kindle or Amazon Print.
Thank you for using GTL.